And so let's review a little bit things we didn't really talk for some time. And so the part.
Where are we starting from?
So I'm going to review a little bit. Then we start then we're going to start the where we left last time. And okay. So before, so he talked about the benefits of generating bodhicitta, and the title of this text or this paragraph is "Should bodhicitta come to birth?" And so when he talked about benefits of bodhicitta, he used 4 metaphors. I think we talked about the 4 metaphors last time. So one is the alchemist, right? So alchemists, whatever they touch, the things become gold. So same thing as bodhicitta. So if you have the mind of bodhicitta, so everything you do, you can have great benefits. So the second one is like a captain. So the captain, like when all the beings migrate in the sea, and when you have a captain, like a leader, then that captain can lead you to the shore. So the third metaphor is like a miracle fruit-bearing tree. This is a plantain tree. So if you don't have bodhicitta, so when you do things, you generate virtue, but that virtue, when it comes to fruition, is spent and is gone. But when you have bodhicitta, and that virtue can never be spent, it's just keep self-generating itself. It's a where bear its fruit and grow unceasingly, right? So the fourth metaphor is like a hero, right? Like it's a hero that leads people out of perils. So he used these 4 metaphors to talk about the benefits of bodhicitta. So he's encouraging us to generate this mind of bodhicitta. And so after that, we sort of went through this last time. So after that, he talked about the 2 kinds of bodhicitta. So one is the intention, the aspiring bodhicitta, and the other one is the active bodhicitta, or you actually engage in action, not just as aspiring. And so aspiring on bodhicitta, this one can be gained through like a prompting of the vow making ritual. You make a vow, you make the aspiration. But the active bodhicitta, or we call the ultimate bodhicitta. So the other one, the aspiring can be relative. And the ultimate bodhicitta, you can only have it by realizing the ultimate truth. So that it's, once you realize ultimate truth, then you can become like a real bodhisattva. That's an active bodhicitta. And so he gave an example, what is inspiring, what is engagement, active engagement. So the verse is this one, 116. Wishing to depart and setting out upon the road. This is how the difference is conceived. The wise and learned thus should understand the difference, which is ordered and progressive. So like aspiring is like, oh, I want to go Shangri-La, right? And the engagement, actual practical one is they already set on the road. That's the example giving to us what is aspiring, what is active engagement. And so that's where we left last time. So we can start here. Then he keep saying that which one give you more benefits, more virtue. So relative bodhicitta, even though it generates a lot of fruit, but the active bodhicitta is greater. So that's when we come to verse 117, going to tell us that. So Krish, you want to read this 117?
Bodhicitta in intention bears its fruit for those still wandering in samsara, and yet a ceaseless stream of merit does not flow from it. For this will rise alone from active bodhicitta. For when with irreversible intent the mind embraces bodhicitta, willing to set free the endless multitudes of beings as that instant from that moment on, willing to set free the endless multitudes of beings at that instant from that moment on, a great and unremitting stream, a strength of wholesome merit, even during sleep and inattention, raises equal to the vastness of the sky. Aspiring bodhicitta brings enormous benefit for those of us wandering in samsara. It bears rich fruit. We can see why this would follow at the level of intention we begin. Okay. His reasoning goes like this. Sentiment like this sentiment brings beings are as countless as grains of sand in the Ganges, because there are more than.
Oh, actually, it's here. This page with what's manageable. I think I'm going to change the view to single page so it won't get confused. Like here, with what's manageable.
It was manageable, and let our understanding evolve. By the time we are able to act on our intention, we have realized something profound. We have understood that selfless action liberates us from fear and sorrow. In verses 18 and 19, Shantideva explains that our intention is to free all beings from suffering, can become irreversible, bringing benefit equal to the vastness of the sky. This happens when we no longer question the wisdom of thinking of others. We truly know this is to be the source of indestructible happiness. Something shifts at the core of our being, and when it does, we experience a ceaseless flow of benefit even during sleep and inattention. This happiness of egolessness is the joy of realizing that there is no prison. There are only very strong habits and no sane reason for strengthening them further. In a sense, there is no sane reason for strengthening them further. In a sense, these habits are insubstantial. Moreover, there is no solid self-identity or separateness. We are inverted. We have inverted it all. It is this realization that we want for the endless multitudes of beings. Okay.
Yeah, so this is a definition of what is ultimate bodhicitta.
Okay, let's discuss. Do you want to discuss what we talked so far?
Yeah, we can have a little discussion. So again, here, so he talked about what is the ultimate bodhicitta. And ultimate bodhicitta, that by definition is you want to obtain Buddhahood for the sake of all beings.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he says, for still wandering in samsara and yet in ceaseless stream of merit does not flow it. He says it very clearly. Can only in bodhicitta you can find what you seek to find, which is rich fruits. You can't find it in samsara. So does that mean we had to abandon samsara?
So what do you mean?
I mean, does it mean, my question is, does it mean that we need to abandon samsara?
All right. So remember, Buddhists always talk about the Buddha have a middle way, right?
Right.
So you don't want to go either side. You want to go the middle way.
What is the middle way?
Middle way means, like, for example, we have samsara and we have nirvana, right?
Okay.
And for ordinary beings like us, we are in samsara. We're not coming here by choice. We're coming here driven by our karma. Right? And the samsara.
See, that's where I'm going to differ from you. Okay, that is exactly the point where I differ from you. See,
right.
in Buddhists believe you're not here by choice. You're here because.
So let me finish. Let's ask. We are not here by choice. And then there's some beings like arahat, right? So the arahat, they realize they are like the selflessness of a person.
Yes.
And so they stay in the state of nirvana. They choose to stay in the state of nirvana. And so they depart samsara and enter nirvana. So for Mahayana Buddhism, right, you don't want to stay in either one, right? Because those are like a sides. So you want to go to the middle way. So you're either in samsara and either in nirvana. So meaning, so when the Bodhisattva realized the ultimate, right, the ultimate bodhicitta, meaning they see the ultimate truth. So they can stay in samsara by their choice. They can stay in samsara because they want to help other beings to realize their potential to the greatest, right? But like we are here not by choice, and when things happen, our mind was whatever disturbed or so we follow whatever happened, right? We can't really control our mind. We suffer. But those Bodhisattvas, they come here by choice, and they don't see our world like what we see it. It's more like, and so whatever happened in our world doesn't really disturb their mind, because they know they're more like here to play a role and to act almost or like a dream-like state. So they're neither here nor there.
Okay, so in your other words, you're saying only bodhicittas are here by choice.
Bodhisattvas,
the rest are
right?
not. Only the bodhicittas or bodhisattvas who have embraced, the bodhisattvas are here by choice. The rest are not here by choice. That is your opinion.
No. There's a third choice, right? So when we come here, we still a normal person, and then in this life, a lot of people, practitioners, they achieve the enlightenment, and then they become a bodhisattva, and then they can choose if they want to go to samsara next life or not. It depends on their wish.
So what about those? What about those ordinary people? Okay, you and me.
We don't have a choice. We're here driven by our karma.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because like we don't want to get sick. We don't want to die, right? But that happens to us. We don't want to get old. We do not have control.
I know all of that.
Yeah. Those are.
I understand all of that. Still, my question is, how do you know that you are not here by choice? I mean, given these circumstances, given these constraints, knowing all this, how do you know that you did intentionally choose all this, knowing all this, you're not here? How do you know that you're not here knowing all this?
I know.
You cannot choose, right? You cannot choose.
You
just
choose.
Being here because you're.
No, I can choose right now. I can take a gun and kill myself, and I'm done with this. I have a choice.
But do you know where you go after if you kill yourself? Where do you go?
I can choose where I want to go after I kill myself. Is my theory.
So how can you choose where do you go? There's a great vast world, like different worlds.
What I believe will happen is if I die, then I get to reset everything. Then I get to decide what I want to do at that point of time and decide what do I want to be, what is that I want to learn, what is that I have not learned, what is that I need to learn, and based on that I decide what I want to do, and I set the lessons that I want to learn, and I go through the cycle all over again. And at the end of the cycle, I decide, okay, have I learned the lessons I came in to learn?
Can you control your current life? If you don't want to get old, you don't want to get sick, don't want to die, can you control that?
I pretty much control all controllable aspects of our current life. See, this is my body. I can control it to a certain aspect.
You do not have total control.
I do not have total control, but I have control.
If you do not have total control now, how do you know if you have total control after you die?
Okay. That's why I'm saying I'm the observer. There's two aspects of me. The aspect of me that is asleep. Okay, the aspect of me that is asleep is the observer. He does not have any power. But the aspect of me that is awake is not the observer. He's a decider. He has power to decide based on observations. You understand what I'm saying? I have two aspects of me. There's an aspect of me which is the observer. The subconscious mind, which is the observer, I can't control that. Okay, the world around me, I can't control. If a tree is standing next to me, I created it, but I can't control it. The tree right next to me, I created it, but I can't control it. The environment around me, I created, I can't control it. That's the subconscious part of me that I can't control. Conscious part of me is the one that is talking to you. That is something I'm controlling. I choose what to speak. I choose what to say. I choose the words. I pick the words. And I try to convey the meaning I want to convey. All of this is intentional. That is the intentional part of me.
All right. So there's there's an iceberg metaphor, right? Like you said, there's a consciousness and the subconsciousness. So the consciousness is only the tip of iceberg, and there's a vast part of that iceberg is underneath the water you cannot see, right? That's for most of us.
Can the tip of the iceberg,
we do not control. We do not
yes,
have control.
can the tip of the iceberg expand to become the iceberg itself? That's what I'm working on. I'm working on making the tip of the iceberg expand to become the iceberg itself.
For Bodhisattva, because they see the ultimate truth, they do not have any part that they do not see, they do not have any control.
Can you repeat it once again?
So like for us, right, we have this iceberg above the water. That's the part we think we know. We think we know, right? We don't know.
Yes, we think we know.
You're not sure.
We think we know. We don't know for sure.
And there's subconsciousness, that part you don't know, right? You know you don't know that part.
The part we think we don't know. Again,
right.
That's the part we think we don't know.
But for a Bodhisattva, a real Bodhisattva, they already realize the ultimate truth. They do not have anything under the water. They don't have any subconscious. They do not know. They come here by clear decision, and so whatever they do is mindful.
See, this is where I kind of going.
So there's a huge difference. You and I are here. We do not know the ultimate truth.
No,
even though you may read a book or you think you know, but you don't.
I'm going to bend your words. I think you think that I think that I don't know the ultimate truth. I think that you think that you don't know the ultimate truth is the truth.
All right.
Okay, so that's the point. So what I'm saying is, Bodhisattvas, in my opinion, are people who are realized beings who understand one core concept. One core concept is that it's more important to focus on others rather than themselves. When you make others more important than yourself, everything that you want automatically happens. You become bigger than everybody else. That's the truth. See, you think, I'm going to ask for everybody.
So I think what we discuss here is not going to be very productive, because you and I play with concept, because we didn't really actually know. We learned this from a book, from a teaching. We don't really actualize those by ourselves, and so it's not very productive. I think we better like read more, and then we can come, because you and I can sit here. Talk.
Yes, it's
not going to produce anything.
Okay, I'm going to end with 1 minute. Give me 60 seconds. I'm just going to summarize this with my understanding, and then we can continue. You can correlate or whatever it is. So those still wandering in samsara, for those still wandering in samsara, what he's saying, basically, in my opinion, is that samsara is an aspect of life where you are not asleep. You don't know the difference between what is all these concepts. Once you know the difference between samsara and bodhicitta, once you know the difference, you automatically have a choice. Till that point, you don't have a choice. You are already only in samsara. For a person who knows the difference between samsara and bodhicitta, that's when the choice happens. At that point of time, the person picks bodhicitta over samsara. He can still stay in samsara, but he will still be in bodhicitta. Therefore, you don't have to quit samsara altogether, like you were saying in middle path. You can stay in samsara and you can still be bodhicitta. And you can continue your life as a bodhicitta also, in my opinion. Let's continue.
Bodhisattva, the truth.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Can I add something? Yeah, I think what Krish just described, right? So even we are in a samsara, and then we know we can have a bodhicitta. Probably we don't have like a completely pure bodhicitta, but we know some, and we kind of awaken enlightenment for realize something, but not of course from bodhisattvas they also have like different levels of realization, right? But we can say part of us is awakened because we know if we have bodhicitta or we helping other people, it make me happy and also can accomplish all our wishes, which is kind of realization. So I agree, but that realization is enough? No, right? So we are working on deep level realization. Does that make sense? But
Okay,
I agree.
It makes partial sense. I have one question though. I have a question though about this one, which you said that. Okay, I'm sorry, but you said that egolessness, right? Egolessness.
Right.
What do you define by egolessness? How do you define egolessness? What's the definition of egolessness?
No me, right? So you
What is no me?
No, like that's why I say because for ultimate truth by definition is beyond any concept. We call ego. This egolessness is non-conceptual. It's beyond any concept.
I think it's
And-
conceptual. I think it's conceptual. I'm going to explain to you. Would you like to listen? I'm going to give an explanation.
All right, so I can give you example like what's like most people, like most ordinary people, 24 hours a day, right? And they might have the people say they have 60,000 to 80,000 some thoughts each day. That's how many thoughts we have. And let's just say 60,000 thoughts. Of all the 60,000 thoughts, most people have totally 6,000 thoughts just for themselves. They very rarely spend any time purely think about others. They just live for the ego, for that one person. But as a person's mind and heart become bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and so among the 60,000 thoughts, the thought that that's on themselves become less and less and less and less. And so a Bodhisattva, so one day they just leave to help others. So the thought for themselves become very little. And ultimately, you don't even have like a concept of self anymore. And that's what
can I simplify that even simpler? See, whatever you're talking about is you're talking in a very high level. I want to talk about ordinary person like you and me. Can you be Bodhisattva? Can I be a Bodhisattva?
Bodhisattva, right?
Can you be a Bodhisattva today?
Everybody.
Can I be a Bodhisattva? Are you already a Bodhisattva? Are you already a Bodhisattva?
I'm not now. I'm aspiring. I can say aspiring. I aspire to be a Bodhisattva.
Why do you say you are not?
We can all be a aspiring Bodhisattva because that's something I wish.
You are not? My question is very clearly, why do you say, Christina, why you, Christina, say you are not a Bodhisattva right now?
No, I think you can say we are Bodhisattva, but like our mind is not Bodhisattva's mind yet. We still need a long time to not to purify. We already, like our teacher said, we already have this gold, right, or diamond, but we need working on that because on our daily life, we still have a lot of attachment. Even you think you don't have, but when you like small things happen, we have to watch our mind. Like what I feel myself is I attached to some food, right? I think it should not impact me, but I just observed. I attached to spicy food.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is attachment?
Attachment is your desire. You want to do that, right?
Okay,
so
let me ask you a question.
That is like personal attachment. It's not like attached.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to simply ask you a question. I'm going to give you questions of attachment, right? What is your most favorite food that you like, you're attached to? Yeah, something that you most favorite
food, right?
So that can be very observed, right? When you see something like a flower,
just imagine, just tell me some food that you absolutely like
it
a lot.
doesn't matter.
You like it, you want more, right? That's attachment. You want it, you like more. You don't want it, you want that go away. That's also that's attachment. Now I'm telling you,
now the doctor says if you eat that, you're going to die, and you're going to still eat it.
No, it's not because doctors say that.
You thought you had an attachment to the food, but you found out you had more attachment to your life.
No. If you watching our mind, aware our mind carefully, you can see our mind. It's come shake, come this way, come that way. Something happened. Our mind is react, right? This is not really Bodhisattva.
It's not a conscious decision. Like when you something pleasant, your mind automatically just on it.
It's just
also like they call that like a glue. Your mind just glue on that thing.
Okay,
it
now my
happens very
question is,
fast. It's unconscious.
once you know
Right.
that your mind is glue on the thing, once you observe your mind being glue on that thing,
Mhm.
you can unglue it very easily. So
Right.
only a matter of observing yourself to understand that you are glued on something. As soon as you see you are glued on something, you just unglue yourself and walk away from that. By being actively doing this constantly,
Mhm.
you're constantly in a state where you're unglued to everything and you continue to exist. And you don't have to do it every moment of time. Every now and then you could do it. You can do it once in a day. You start with once in a day, then you go with once in an hour, then you go, it will become,
Yeah,
before
it
you
is
know,
that's a
Yeah,
practice,
that's
right?
why
That's a
everyone
practice.
need this, right? Everyone, need this process. This is awareness, right? And then you observe your mind. You kind of notice you have the attachment. You
my
reflect,
claim is
reset.
that you are all bodhisattvas already. I think you and
Aspiring.
me,
I am
we are all,
aspiring,
no,
right?
not aspiring. We are already bodhi, full-fledged, complete, fully, complete, no fault, 100% complete bodhisattvas, in my opinion. Now you have to
Let's
disprove
go
it.
by the definition. By definition, we're just aspiring because we have not realized
Whose
ultimate truth.
definition is it? It's somebody's definition. It's
Mm.
somebody's definition. That definition is somebody's definition. Shantideva's definition. I don't
No,
have
it's
that.
not
So,
Shantideva.
okay, whose definition?
If you really become a Bodhisattva, like I said, right? You do things by choice, and nothing can disturb your mind. And like for
I'm
me,
trying to tell
many
you
things
what
disturb my mind.
I'm trying to tell you exactly the same thing. I'm trying right now.
Mhm.
The fact that we know that there is a distinction between what can be done by choice
Mhm.
and what we cannot be without choice, the fact that we know the distinction, just that makes us realized. We all
So
reach
that's
that point.
we don't have to make a distinction of the concept, or because we can't really make clear by just talking the concept. So I
Yes,
think
but
we
just
can
by
continue to
understanding
read
the
more
concept.
because
Yeah.
it's not done yet, right? He'll talk more of that like in the later
Okay.
text. I think it's
Okay.
better just read more.
All right.
Yeah, so that some points come clearer in the later text.
Okay.
Yeah, so not you just this one.
All right. Who wants to read now? You want to read it or you want me to continue?
I can read.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I actually like this. The last one, he said, this is the happiness of egolessness, is a joy of realizing there is no prison, right? Like we don't have that realization yet, there's no prison. And there are only very strong habits and no sin reason for strengthening them further. So he had very good choice of words to explain the things. Let's go to 120. And so he further explained that point. So this is the Tathagata in the sutra Subahu requested, said with reasoned demonstration, teaching those inclined to lesser path. Here, Shantideva tells us that the Buddha gave this teaching on the merits of bodhicitta to people inclined to lesser path, those primarily seeking freedom from their personal pain. In this sutra requested by his disciple Subahu, the Buddha was inspiring them to take the next step and awaken bodhicitta. So like you remember earlier you asked samsara and nirvana, and I said, there's some people who take the path of nirvana. So that's a path, people who take lesser path because they just want to liberate themselves. And the thing, as long as they are not suffering anymore, as long as they're not in prison anymore, and they are fine. So those are lesser path. So the Buddha trying to inspire people that you don't like to suffer, you don't like to stay in this prison. And all the people in this prison now are actually your once be your parents, your relative, they all related to you, and you need to help them too. So that's the inspiring. Buddha inspired us to take the bigger or the greater path, not just free yourself. So that's a lesser path, mean just self-liberation, the lesser path. Right? So his reasoning goes like this: sensuous beings are as countless as grains of sand in the Ganges, because they are more than the mind can grasp. The wish to save them all is equally inconceivable. By making such an aspiration, our ordinary confused mind stretches far beyond its normal capacity. It stretches limitlessly, when we expand our personal longing for liberation to include immeasurable numbers of beings, the benefit we receive is equally immeasurable. In short, the more we connect with the inconceivable, indescribable vastness of mind, the more joyful we will be.
What do you,
So,
can I interrupt you for 1 second? What do
Mhm.
you make of this? The more you connect with your own mind, the more joyful you will be. Can you kind of try to understand? Can you summarize this line? What do you think of this?
all right. So like when you think about like when you help others, right? And others
No, that
really
one line. The
I
more
know,
you're
that's why I
connected
asked
with your
a
one mind.
question. So when you help others, right, and you see that person is being helped, how do you feel at that point? What kind of feeling or sensation your own body, your own mind has?
Yeah, I had a good feeling. Yes, I have a good feeling of helping people. Yes, I do.
Whereas for help others, right? So
Yeah.
here is like the more people you come to your mind, like, so I want to do this for the benefit of everybody, right? Not just like people in my town, people in my country, people on this earth. I want to do this for the benefits all living being, not just even human being, all the living beings. And so when you have that mind, you know, when you're doing things, you actually are going to experience greater happiness.
But where does it say of action? You're talking about action. Talking about helping is an action. It doesn't say anything about action at all. It only talks about connecting with the mind. It doesn't talk about action.
So because like the training of Bodhisattva, then remember we have like two kinds of bodhicitta. So one is a sparing one, intention. That's the first stage of training. You train your mind. And the second stage is once your mind is being, I guess, well trained, then you can start doing actual action. So like the first stage is intention.
Yeah, my point is, why do we need to do any action? I just thinking we don't need to do action at all. Just keep thinking as per what it says. Just connect with your mind and stay inside your mind.
That's the first stage, but it's not the complete path. Just think about when you see someone hungry and cold, right? If you're a really nice person, right, are you gonna stop? Just say, hey, I wish you to be happy. I wish you not to be cold anymore. I wish you not be hungry anymore. If you're a real nice person, are you gonna stop there, or are you gonna take real action?
Okay, now I'm going to tell you, wishing is also an action. I wish you.
I know it is a good action, but it's not a complete. You can take one step further.
Yeah, you can say, yeah, but still there are two different actions. One action is a better action than the other action. That's what you can say. One action is better than the other action. Yes, I can do the other action more than this action, but I'm still doing some action by even wishing for them. I wish they don't
but
have
wishing is not sufficient for like a person who's really wish, just like a mother. When the mother sees her child suffer, the mother not gonna stop just say, hey, I wish not to suffer anymore. The mother gonna actually do something.
If I don't have the means to help,
then you do what you can. You can do.
Then I do what I can, right? Then I only wish. And I'm still a bodhisattva, in my opinion. If you just do the best you can at any circumstances, based on where you are, do the best you can according to your own conscience, I think you're already a bodhisattva.
Yeah, and
so we don't have to argue about this, the concept, if whether or not we are bodhisattva, right? We can just
all right, let's continue.
Do what we can. Do what we can. However you label us, it's not that important. It's just label.
So my point is connecting with the inconceivable is basically wishing is enough. Don't have to do anything. That's my point. That's all I'm trying to say.
There's one more wish, right? So even like currently, I don't have capability to helping this person, but you can have one more wish. Like say in the future, I wish I have the capability to help this person, right? That's the wish. Really, yeah. This wish is the seed of the mind. It's of the bodhicitta, right? They will grow in the future.
Yeah, that I agree.
Yeah.
That's training for your intention, but if you have the capacity and you just wish, then that's not sufficient.
But even that is a wish only, right? Even a wish. I wish to be able to do this in the future is also a wish only. See, that is also a wish. I wish that I want to have this power in the future is also a wish. So my point is, again, comes to the same point is, all you need to do to become a Bodhisattva is just keep wishing for
No.
good thing for everybody, and you are a Bodhisattva already.
No, it's not. It's a first stage. You turn your
Yes, I
mind.
think Buddhism move on.
Once you just there's a metaphor like a mother and a child, right? So a child is being drowned in the river, and so the mother is on the shore, and can you just wish like, hey, I wish not to be drowned. I wish you're not gonna die. And
Well,
if
again,
the
as I
mother
said,
can swim, are you gonna jump in the river and save the son?
we got to agree to disagree on this, because as I said, let's finish this, because I'm going to tell you, my point is, I can, if it is an argument, I can defeat you in all arguments, because I'm convinced, and I can prove to anybody, all you need to do is just wish, and everything will just happen. You don't have to do anything, but you do have to do what you need to do, in the sense that you just can't avoid an action. As long
So
as
in this case, should the mother just stay there and wish the son not to be drowned, or should she just jump in the river and save the son?
she should not jump in the river, she should call for help. She should call 911. That's what she should do. If she can do that, that's the best thing she can do at that point of time. And if she does that, she's done her job.
If the mother have the ability to swim and jump to the river and save the son, but she doesn't want to do it, I just call someone.
No, if she knows for sure that she has the ability to jump in and save her son as well as herself, that she should do that. But if she thinks that if she does not know swimming, like me, I'm not a guy who knows swimming. If I jump into the river, I'm going to die, and anybody else also.
No, that's how it says. The Buddhist philosopher training is by stage. It's training by stage. It's the first stage is train your intention, and the second stage is you take actual action. So you don't stay just like wishing.
Actually happen. You don't have to do anything about the second stage. Second stage will just become. It will have to happen. Once you
so that's not assume things. And we are learning the book of Shantideva. We're not learning our own book. And so that's just say what's he going to say later on. So this is just a start of training the intention. Because the second stage, I think he elaborated more actually on the second stage.
Let's elaborate. Okay, I will go with you. Let's continue further.
Right. Then so 1.21. Do you want to read?
Yeah, I'll read. Okay. If with kindly generosity, one merely has to wish to soothe the acting heads of other beings, such merit knows no bounds. That's exactly my point. One merely has to wish to soothe the
stage one. Right.
Okay. Such merit knows no bounds. Okay. No need to speak then of the wish to drive away the endless pain of each and every human being, bringing them unbounded virtues. Okay. This is the logic of the Mahayana. It's wonderful for one person's headache to be soothed, then even better if everyone's headache could be relieved. Of course, when our wish becomes immeasurable, we could create a dilemma. Would-be bodhisattvas who take the teachings too literally might say there is no way to. What's the next page?
Eliminate.
There's no way to eliminate the headaches of all beings. What are we going to do? Send everyone into the world an aspirin? On the other hand, there is the response of Bernard Grossman Roshi, who worked with the homeless in Yonkers, New York. He said that he knew that there was no way to end homelessness, yet he would devote his life to trying. This is the aspiration of a bodhisattva. Don't worry about results. Just open your heart to an inconceivability, this big way, in that limitless way, that benefits everyone you encounter. Don't worry whether or not it's doable. The intention is vast, that may everyone's physical pain be relieved, and more to the point, may everyone attain enlightenment. Beautiful. See, this is my point.
It's beautiful. No, he didn't talk about more. So this is a whole vision is great. Then he talked about the action. We can keep reading. Yeah, so waiting
Okay.
is great, right? He talks
All
about
right.
more, right?
Could our fathers or
Mhm.
our mothers ever have so generous a wish? Do the very gods, the rishis, even Brahma harbor such benevolence at this? Beautiful.
Mhm.
It is the past, they never, even in their dreams, conceived such profit even for themselves. How could they have such aim for others' sake? That's basically what they're saying. They didn't even take all these things for themselves.
Mhm.
This much money they didn't ask for themselves. How could they ask for others' sake?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
what makes
they can't even think of that for themselves. So I keep reading them. Mhm.
all right. See, this is all what my point is. Our mothers and fathers may be very kind, but even though they raise us and want what's best for us, can they free us from our habitual patterns? More importantly, do they aspire for all beings without exception to be equally free? In verse 23, Shantideva makes another reference to Hindu religion by asking it even the rishis venerated sages or Brahma, the creator of the universe, would have such an aspiration as this. Very good.
Mhm.
In these verses, Shantideva refers indirectly to the caste system in which some people are worthy of awakening and others, because of their bad karma or not. Even the gods and rishis think like this. How could they wish for others to be free from biased mind? Agreed. Same point. My point is it's
Mhm.
exactly my point. I don't think the current system is fair. The
Mhm.
current system is rigged. Therefore, the people who created the current system are unfair.
Mhm.
We, as bodhisattvas, have to go beyond them to think of a better system that is more fair to all. And therefore, we are better than them.
Yeah. So the first stage of training, you want to set your intention as vast as possible. You want to help everyone, all beings,
Yes, completely. As much as
unbiased, right?
the imagination can go. It's like as much as the imagination can take. You wish
Mhm.
like, paradise for all. That's my point. I'd say paradise for all.
The I think the Pali is a Sava Mangalam. Is it last Pali? I don't know. The Sava Mangalam. May all beings be happy.
Yeah, I'm looking for paradise for all beings. Not just
Yeah,
happy.
Sava.
Ultimate happiness in
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah, used to be
Yeah.
my favorite phrase, the Sava Mangalam. You like to say that Sava Mangalam.
No, Sarvamangalam is the starting word of the most important part of marriage vow. Marriage vow between a man and wife
Mhm.
is there is a one consummating verse that happens in every wedding. It starts with a Sarva Mangala. I mean, Sarva Mangala Mangalye means, like, let this wedding bring immense happiness to the entire universe. So
That's a
that's
Sava
sort of
Mangalam, right?
Sarva Mangala Mangalye. It goes into a big one. Shive Sarvada Sadhike Saranya Sarambade Devi Narayani Namaste Mangalyam Tundavena Namos Mama Jivana Hetunam. And it's a big one. It's a huge.
Okay.
It's about 4 verses long. It takes about a minute to say that. That one line is our core marriage vow.
But Sava Mangalam have very good meaning, right?
Yes, it's a very good meaning. Sarva Mangala means benefit of all. It's for the well-being of all.
Yeah, for the well-being of all. Like that's the intention we want to cultivate here. So we're doing this for the benefit of all, like
all
Sava
beings.
right? So you want, that's the intention. So you don't want your mind to be restricted, right? I only want to help this caste, not that caste. I want to help this country, not that country.
Yes,
you want to like
absolutely.
everyone.
All beings, all those you like, dislike, the people you think are the worst in the world, does not matter. You want to pray for the benefit of everything,
Right.
without any likes, dislikes, complete detachment.
Yeah, that's what he says. Like even the sages, right? The Hindu sages, they don't have that vast mind like this, like everyone. You want to treat everyone as equal, because even in the Hindu system, not everybody created equal, right? and some people
Yeah.
think consider it more worthy than other.
Exactly. When you say the Hindu
Right.
system says, oh, if you are born as a Brahmin because of your merits, I'm going to throw them to the dogs. I'm going to say you're born as a Brahmin as a test to see if you can actually stand up to the test. So you pass the test as a lower caste guy and you passed them. Great, good job. Now you're born as a Brahmin. Now it's the next test for you. So let's see if you are able to stand up to this test. If you're not, go back.
Yeah, I agree. Right. That's the intention here. Is like even those people, they don't have that wish. Then he kept have more. I really like the text. He's like you really want to train your mind unbiased, equal, and wish everybody to be happy. So that's a first stage of training your intention. So 1.25. So I can read this part. So for beings to not wish their own true good, how could they intend such good for others' sake? This state of mind, so precious and so rare, addresses truly wondrous, never seen before. When Shantideva talks about those who do not wish their own true good, he's referring to most of us. Working with habitual patterns is not usually our priority. Most of us are not impassioned about de-escalating our emotions and prejudices or awakening bodhicitta. This true good is not our main focus. We'd simply like to get through the day without mishap, and we definitely don't want to be bothered with those who give us grief. Yet, without the aspiration for freedom, how could we want this for others? We can only wish for them what we value for ourselves. This opportunity to awaken bodhicitta is so precious and so rare. To experience something that liberates us from the narrow-mindedness of our biases and preconceptions is, as Shantideva says, truly wondrous. What's more, there's no one who cannot experience this if they are willing to give it a try. That's very encouraging, right?
Yeah. Listen,
Yeah,
I don't
so-
know what. It's all I can say is that if you try, only if you try, you will understand how much beneficial it is. This is a technique, simple technique.
Right.
Don't pray for yourself, pray for the rest. You will get everything.
Yeah, so set your intention, you want to try. So most people, they just want to go through the day, right? Without any trouble. Most people don't even think, I want to be separate from my habitual way of thinking. I want my mind to be awakened. I want my mind to be vast. I want to do things for the benefit of all others. Most people don't even have such a concept.
Have you guys listened to that video I sent you a long time back? I sent you one small meditation, Louis Hay. If you have a chance, try it again. I think that link is not working. Send another link. Louis Hay talks about this particular thing, about how to set your intentions at the beginning of the day to bless everything in this world.
Yeah, I think the first time I watched that one. It's beautiful. You want to set your attention. So I watched someone say like the first 10 minutes when you wake up in the morning is very important.
Yes, I try to do that. First thing of the day is to listen to Louis Hay.
It's the first 10 minutes of your awakened life. You want to set your attention right for the rest of the day. Oh.
Exactly. I do that. 20 minutes of my intention set for the rest of the day.
How do you do that?
That's the first thing I do in the morning.
So you just set up different wish, right?
No, I wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is, as soon as I wake up, is turn on my phone, and then I listen, I channel this to a speaker and I just listen. The first thing I do, I try to do this. This is my routine. First 20 minutes is to listen to Louis Hay. Only then I wake up, not get out of bed unless I listen to Louis Hay.
So how you feel when you listen to that, like wish?
Well, it is like, for me, if I do that, the day goes on fine. If I don't do that, I can't say for sure.
Yeah, it's more like a set your day on the right path, right? You want to start your
Yeah, it
day.
sets my day in right path. It sets me, see, it gives me momentum. Think of it like you're
Mhm.
riding a bicycle, and everybody in the street is going at, say, 20 miles an hour, and you're just starting. So the first, you need to get to 20 miles an hour. You get to huff and puff and pant and push to get to the 20 miles an hour. Once you get to 20 miles an hour, then you start cruising. Then you don't do anything. You just cruise along. Okay.
Yeah, that's
At that
the first.
point, first 20 minutes is when you push and get to cruising speed, and then everything becomes easy after that. Instead, you get outside your house, and
Mhm.
right before the highway, you start pushing your bicycle to get to that speed. What happens is you're already pushing and panting, and you're already sweating. You're already in a state of stress. You are never comfortable, and your body is all drenched in sweat. And you reach the office, and you don't feel comfortable the way you look. It continues. So just simply that, because you don't get to momentum before you start doing anything, everything can go wrong. So you
Yeah,
need
so morning ritual. I like your morning ritual. I think it's really helpful. To have your day. I know Christina. Christina does meditation every morning, so that's really great too.
Yeah, actually, we have in our school, we have a standard wake up chanting like a procedure. They have some mantra, and then they have some standard whatever, like breathing out the greedy, angry, those air is like a clean our body started.
Yes.
The good day. It's similar like what you did, Krish.
Yeah, but this is the thing. The difference is, I don't wait to go to school. I don't wait to even wake up. I do it before I wake up.
Yeah, I mean, before
Oh, how
you
do you
wake
do it
up,
before you wake? You just sort of wake up, then plug in, right?
Yes, exactly. Wake up and says that you don't get off the bed. You're still in the bed.
Oh, okay.
Or you haven't done,
Yeah.
you have not started your day. Or maybe you can go down and get a coffee. That's fine. But have your coffee and you're listening to this. So it's the first thing that you do in your day before you do anything. You start thinking about anything else.
Yes, we are the same. It's like the first thing when you wake up and you imagine, the Buddhas wake you up, and then you do step 1, 2, 3 to 5. It's very similar. It's like a set the momentum for the day, right?
Yeah,
To
nice.
make
Yeah.
you and the start point, start like the mantra start you make you a good start, and then you will have a good day. It's very similar.
Oh, okay, good.
So I'm going to share a song that the Thich Nhat Hanh's like Plum Village song. Just go first for in 1 or 2 minutes, maybe. I really like this one. I'll share this one. When I Rise, that's the name of the song.
Without regret, and when I stand, let me stand like a tree, strong and tall. And when I lie
This plum village song.
Nice.
It's very just very melodious, right? It's beautiful song. There are many,
Yeah.
many songs. Yeah. So it's good meditation song actually. You can sit there and listen to those words and the music. It's beautiful.